Tena kwa makini. Usisubutu tena kwenda hiyo place.
Kupata skiza tune hii, Ufunuo wa Yohana 38 dial *811 *817#.
Wakati mwingi katika maisha binadamu hujipata kwa shida, unapata ya kwamba hauna usaidizi unaohitaji, biashara zinaisha, hakuna mapato ya kila siku. Lakini hata kwa hayo yote, Biblia inasema ya kwamba katika kitabu cha Ufunuo wa Yohana mlango wa 3 mstari wa 8, na yajua matendo yako. Tazama, nimekupa mlango uliofunguliwa mbele yako.
Ili kupata skiza tune hiyo ya Yohana 38 dial *811 *817#. Dial *811 *817#.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email newsroom@kbc.co.ke, call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories.
Under the United Nations Convention on the Right of Persons with Disability 2011, we say that nothing about us without us.
Our aim for this day was to bring all the partners together as we do the work and to raise funds for the therapy center.
All clinics that take care of people living with sickle cell must understand how the treatment guidelines work.
When I was in primary, there was a lot of stigmatization. Primary shule watu wataki ucheze mpira because they see you, wanasema oh, if you play the ball utakufia kwa kiwanja.
Incredible, cause we're differently abled, differently.
Hapo mbeleni kidogo ni kama tulikuwa tunasomea kwa ploti.
Punda si punda. Speaking of the devil,
Tito, it's more like an angel but without wings.
It is now fair to say that average recognizes average.
Hey, that was very, very fast. Hey. Mombasa, here we come.
Maji ya bahari, here I come.
Wallahi, Tito, this is not fair.
fair. There is nothing fair in this life, my friend.
No, not my 1200 Agivala.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
It is indeed the 13th day of November, actually 48 days left to the end of the year. Good afternoon, this is KBC and this is KBC Lunchtime News. Glad you could join us just in time for a comprehensive news report. My name is Njue and my co-anchor on the bottom right of your screen is Byron Abuli. You can be part of the conversation via all our social media platform as we are live. We begin with the schools unrest currently being experienced in the country, where Anglican Church of Kenya Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit is calling on the reintroduction of corporal punishment to tame unruly students in schools. Speaking in Busia County, the Archbishop said some level of punishment was welcome on the students, but was quick to add that counseling can also be used to instill discipline and avoid further distractions to learning institutions.
The Anglican Church of Kenya Archbishop was at the UHURU Secondary School in Busia County to give motivation to the students. Here, Archbishop Sapit said there was need to bring back the cane to avert further indiscipline cases among students.
There is a way in which pain has to be inflicted on somebody so that they will know what's right and what's bad. If we let things just go the way they are, we are seeing now the level of things that we are seeing. People who think they can get away with anything.
He further added that counseling could be used among students to find out the root cause of the problems leading to unrest in schools.
More of what we need is people to be talked to, counseling, and that's what we are doing in schools more and more.
This even as KCA University Deputy Vice Chancellor Professor Joshua Bakaga announced plans to expand and energize the Read a Baby Read program, which has instilled a reading culture and imparted the English language to learners. The initiative has gained traction at the Nyamache Sub-County Primary School.
We are actually telling teachers and the parents, give children opportunities to read as frequently as possible. Because if they do that, they actually become more proficient, and as they become more proficient in reading English, then they do better in these other subjects like science, like history, and all others.
There is good communication amongst the pupils and the teachers. Number two, the Read Baby Read has brought about good grades. The performance has been realized in all the classes.
Yusufar reporting for Lunchtime News.
Basa, where our reporter O'Brien Kimani is currently on standby with the engineers. You do remember their engineer summit did conclude yesterday, but they have an update of Baricho Bridge construction. O'Brien.
Well, many thanks indeed, Ben Troy. I actually envy you back in studio because out here the sun is out with its cousins, and I can tell you that this is like a microwave. We are baking here, but nevertheless we have to work. And what you can see behind me is the March talked about Baricho Bridge over River Sabaki. The most interesting thing is this bridge was supposed to have been completed back in 1995. Unfortunately, it's never happened for obvious reasons. But now, the Kenya Rural Roads Authority took up this bridge in 2017. The contract was awarded in 2018, and now it is at 70% completion stage. Now joining us to give us more insight about this project is engineer Stephen Ingambo. He's a civil and structural engineer, and he's also the assistant resident engineer in charge of this project. Thank you very much indeed, engineer, for joining us. First of all, give us a brief about this bridge.
Thank you, everyone. Now the Baricho Bridge and Approach Roads project is essentially a bridge project with about 22 kilometers of approach roads, and the centerpiece of the project being the bridge itself that is behind me. The bridge connects Magarini to my right and Malindi constituencies to my left, and we are hoping that in building the bridge we'll be able to link the two so that we can have people can actually be able to safely cross from one end to the other, and also open up opportunities on both ends for the populations living on the opposite side of the bank. So far we are at about 77% completion, and we are hoping to be done by end of April next year, which is 2021. And we are really trying to do our best to make sure we deliver. And another factor of note is, as you can see, the nature of the bridge is also quite unique in that the form of the bridge itself and also the method of construction is actually quite new to the country. So we are actually quite pleased as Kenyan engineers to have designed and actually supervising it. So it's the local component is actually quite encouraging, and we are hoping that we can actually pick pick from here and actually be able to copy the same elsewhere and improve upon it so that it becomes second nature to us. Yes.
Tell us this. I mean, before this bridge was completed, or before you started the construction of this bridge, and even before it is completed, the locals here, because there are people crossing over this river and going about their business. What do they use to connect from one end to the other?
Now, when there's actually quite a challenge to the locals, especially in two forms. One is safety from attacks from wild animals. The other one is also during heavy rains upstream, the river also floods, so there's a risk of flooding also. So when there's quite high flows, it's like the opposite sides of the bank are cut off from each other. So when we have low flows like now, you find people crossing on foot, which is risky because they still run the risk of being washed away by the water that's there, or even being attacked by crocodiles. Yeah, so those are the two predominant risks so far.
So this bridge is going to connect the two sub-counties of Magarini and Malindi counties. How important or how critical is that?
Yeah, it's critical because especially for the Magarini side, because most of the essential services and also opportunities.
That is a live interview there with our reporter O'Brien Kimani in the scorching sun of the city of Mombasa there at the Sabaki River, where the bridge that will be connecting Magarini and Malindi constituencies is 77% completed, and by end of April that bridge will be completed, and the Baricho Bridge will of course help a lot of people transact their everyday activities from one point to another, of course from Magarini linking them to the Malindi constituencies. Of course, you will be coming a little bit later with a comprehensive report on the same. From the coastal city of Mombasa to the lakeside city of Kisumu, where a section of traders in Kisumu City are crying foul of a delayed allocation of stalls at the newly constructed UHURU Business Park. The over 100 traders on Friday staged a peaceful demonstration marching from the park to the governor's office to inquire why the county administration had sought a court injunction to stop the allocation exercise.
The newly constructed UHURU Business Park is the source of renewed conflict between the Kisumu County administration and a section of traders in the lakeside city. On Friday, aggrieved traders staged a peaceful demonstration to draw attention to their grievances.
We were promised by our lovely Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta that you just keep quiet. I'm going to make you a place. After demolishing you at this place, you are going to the other side. Now it has come the day. They are now going to court.
We were allocated these stalls, and the other day we were just called to come here and receive our stalls. For today, we've been here for around 5 hours, agonizing and waiting to receive the stalls.
On Thursday, November 11, 2021, a Kisumu court issued orders stopping the allocation of stalls following an application by the county government citing irregularities in the registration of beneficiaries.
The order doesn't mean everything is stopped. The order means that we are going to deal with the guidance, a process which is guided. So after this, we need to include also the representative of the traders so that we agree on the structure.
But the traders are reading full play in the entire process.
If this thing is to be taken to the court, we want to be joined in the court so that we go and deliver our issues. We want our leaders to go and talk about the stalls.
However, Kisumu City Manager Abala Wanga, in a quick rejoinder, defended the move, alleging that some politicians were out to take advantage and swindle traders in the name of reserving spaces for them.
When an exercise like this starts of settling traders, people mushroom to be their leaders, and they come in form of cartels. So the due process is not followed, and each person now to come, each person want to come with their proxies and try to disorganize the process.
And still on infrastructure, the Ministry of Education is set to construct 365 new classrooms in secondary schools in Migori County. This is meant to address the high number of students expected to transit to junior secondary school under the competency-based curriculum. For more details of this and other stories, here is our county news wrap.
237 schools across 8 sub-counties in Migori County will benefit from junior secondary classrooms. Speaking at Nyabisawa Girls High School, Migori County Commissioner Michael Mwangi called on all stakeholders to ensure quality work in the construction.
Today we had a meeting with the stakeholders and we highlighted some of the requirements that needs to be done. We want to ensure that we have several classrooms that are going to be built in preparation of the program.
Meanwhile, 868 schools in Rift Valley region will benefit from 1,680 new classrooms to be constructed by the government to facilitate smooth rollout of the competence-based curriculum. Rift Valley Regional Commissioner George Natembea disclosed that the schools selected are expected to get an average of 2 classrooms.
Deadline ambayo tumepewa kwamba kufikia mwezi wa 4 next year tukiwa tumejenga na kumaliza haya madarasa, sisi kama bonde la ufa tuko tayari, tutahakikisha kwamba kufikia wakati huo tutakuwa tumemaliza.
Elsewhere, Migori County, through the State Department for Social Protection, Senior Citizen Affairs and Special Program, has launched an account opening initiative for Inua Jamii Program beneficiaries and their caregivers. County Coordinator of Social Protection, Senior Citizen Affairs and Special Programs, Bernard Makoti, said the aim is to ensure stipends are channeled directly to their bank accounts.
Sasa wote tunafungulia account zao ili kuanzia mwezi wa 9 kwenda huko mbele watakuwa wakipata hizo pesa kupitia kwa account ambao wenyewe wamechagua.
At about 17 minutes past the hour, we are due for our first break, but we'll be right back. Of course, with the leagues having to, first of all, pave way for international matches, we have all the latest from the world of sports as well. Keep it KBC.
Log on to the KBC website at www.kbc.co.ke to get the latest breaking news, entertainment, sports, politics, lifestyle or business trends from Kenya and around the world. Never miss new episodes from your favorite TV shows, reruns and movies. Just stream online or watch live on your YouTube channel at KBC Channel 1 TV shows. For the day's biggest stories, trustworthy news and family entertainment, log on to KBC Channel 1. Watch what you want anytime, anywhere.
Nini? 50 bob yangu. Makagungu tutakulipa leo usiku.
Sitakuwa hapo usiku, nipatie 50 bob yangu.
Dionisi waambie.
Hapana.
Msipolipa pesa zangu ndatupa kila kitu yenu kule nje. Ondokeni.
Bas. Unashindania mifupa na nyama iko.
Ula mpita hapa saa hii. Mimi sijaona kitu kwa zaidi ya miaka 12. Na wewe?
Amekimbia hivyo.
Wapi wamesema? Wewe.
Wiki hii kwenye mkulima tutatayarisha sausages za uyoga.
Hizi sausage ninatengeneza vegetarians, watu wenye wana choose kutokula nyama. I also make them for people who eat, wenye hawakuli nyama juu inawaharibikia.
Kisha tuangalie mashine 2-3 ambazo hurahisisha kazi ya mkulima.
Tractor ilianza kama project. Watu watafuta mbinu ya
kupunguza utumizi wa wanyama ama kutumia binadamu kama chombo cha kulima shamba na kufanya kazi ya mashinari kwa shamba.
Ungana nasi Jumapili saa 9:30 hapa KBC Channel 1 kwa uhondo kamili.
Welcome back. Thanks for keeping it KBC. Let's move on to some politics now, where Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibicho has issued a stern warning that political crime will not be tolerated in the country. Speaking at St. Philip's Secondary School in Baricho, Kirinyaga County, Kibicho said the government is closely monitoring politics in the country and will crack down on goons hired to cause chaos during political rallies.
The government has issued a stern warning to politicians engaging criminal gangs to cause chaos in political gatherings. Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibicho says the government has stepped up surveillance and will crack down on individuals found culpable of causing trouble.
Msimu wa siasa inakuja na polisi mko hapa, County Commissioner mko hapa, Kirinyaga kusikue na hiyo group, vunja group.
On the issue of unrest in schools, Kibicho directed administrators to open up communication channels with teachers, school management and students.
Tumekosa communication kati ya sisi, walimu, watoto, wazazi. Na tusipotibu hii, ni lazima tujiulize very important question. Ni nini hii imekasirisha watoto namna hii? Very small problems zina provoke very severe action.
Also, the Senate and the Kenya Private Sector Alliance are warning political violence reported recently in parts of the country could lead to capital and investor flight. The two institutions called for political tolerance in a bid to protect the economic gains that the country has made after the losses incurred due to COVID-19.
Let us maintain peace. What we witnessed in Kisumu recently must really be nipped in the bud right now. Swahili usema usipoziba ufa utajenga ukuta.
As you go around looking for votes, remember there's an economy. There's an economy that needs to be safeguarded. There are jobs that we need to safeguard if we're going to be able to create more. If we lose what we have now, we'll not even be able to create new jobs after the election.
This comes as a section of legislators allied to the Deputy President William Ruto have cautioned Kenyans to be wary of leaders who want to incite violence, terming the recent chaos in Kondele as a well-orchestrated plan.
Hii Kenya hatutaki tuirudishe kwa ile ilifanyika 2007-2008. Na kila mtu awe na huru ya kufanya siasa mahali popote.
Sisi tunataka Kenya iwe moja. Sio kuongea tu, lakini kwa kitendo.
Elsewhere, a section of leaders in West Pokot County, led by Area Governor John Lunyengapu, have unveiled a new political outfit, Kenya Union Party, and officially ditched KANU. During the event, local elders installed Lunyengapu to spearhead the Pokot community political interest ahead of 2022.
The new party, Kenya Union Party, makes a commitment to create a united nation called Kenya, in which all of us are equal.
Kuunda chama hiki ya Kenya Union Party ili iongoze, ili ionyeshe direction ya mali watu wa Pokot, wazee, wa mama na wadogo, vile watatengeneza serikali yao.
From politics, learners at VUMA Primary School in Takangu, Kilifi County has been suspended after parents withdrew their learning in protest, citing air and noise pollution from a nearby quarry owned by a cement company. The school's head teacher, Mwanaisha Tabwara, confirmed activities at the quarry has negatively impacted class attendance, with about 8 to 10 pupils missing school every day due to health problems. Tabwara said efforts to seek audience with the cement company have been fruitless. VUMA Primary School has 800 pupils.
Kwa sababu malighafi hiyo inasababisha vumbi kwa watoto
na walimu. Pia nasababisha kelele, matingatinga. Pia tunakosa ufahamu mzuri na kuelewana darasani na watoto. Communication hakuna kabisa kwa sababu ya kelele hizo.
Elsewhere, men have been challenged to embrace screening for lifestyle diseases to enable early diagnosis and treatment. Speaking during the official opening of an oncology clinic in Baringo County, funded by County First Ladies Association, Baringo Governor Stanley Kiptis urged the male gender not to shy away from frequent medical checkups to avoid a late detection, for treatable diseases.
At the official opening of the Cancer Screening Center at Kabarnet in Baringo County, a section of residents took the opportunity to be screened. However, majority of those who turned up were female.
Mimi ningependa kutoa mwito kwamba jamii, hata sisi wanaume hapana jikaza sana bwana, hata kusikia kichwa unajikaza, hata kusikia sijui wapi unajikaza, kama mama bwana. Sisi wanaume tunaenda Panadol na unarudi kulala. Jamii tupime.
According to health officials, Baringo County has witnessed a rise in cancer cases and deaths occasioned by complications from the same.
We are seeing now the liver cancer. Because of the hepatitis B prevalence which is high, we are also seeing skin cancer and other cancers like eye cancer.
The oncology clinic is an initiative of the County First Ladies Association and aims to bring cancer screening services closer to residents.
Ninaomba kuwa leo mmefunguliwa kliniki, naona mlolongo ni mrefu lakini isiishie hapa. We want to encourage you to read about cancer, know enough so that when you go to see your doctor with various complaints, you can even lead him to suspect. Could it be? You ask those questions only if you know. But kama huna habari, you will not ask any question.
Nimeishi na ugonjwa huu wa saratani tangia mwaka wa 1996. Mimi ilikuwa ni early stages na nilitibiwa kwa hiyo wakati na nikaona nimesurvive. Tangu siku hiyo angalau kidogo napata changamoto kidogo, lakini nimetumia matibabu na nimeona niko sawa. So hii itasaidia sana.
The clinic is expected to serve patients who initially traveled to Eldoret, Nakuru and Nairobi seeking similar services. It is reported that 70% to 80% of cancer cases are diagnosed in late stages due to lack of awareness, inadequate screening and treatment facilities, high cost of treatment and high poverty index. Kamchemenza for Lunchtime News.
Let's do sports now, where Hurricanes scored a first-half hat-trick as England roamed towards the 2022 World Cup with a 5-0 thrashing of Albania. England still needs today's final games. Northern Ireland host Italy, while Switzerland face Bulgaria. Spanish soccer giants Barcelona have announced that veteran defender Dani Alves will be returning to the club as new coach Xavi Hernandez's first signing. Alves has been a free agent since leaving Sao Paulo in September, but is ineligible. For the time we had for KBC Lunchtime News. Of course, you can check out this news plus much more on our social media spaces. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Njue, and Byron Abuli has been our sign language interpreter for this live newscast. Have a good one.
I love sciences, but I'm so into music.
Kwanza utakuwa daktari, alafu utaimba. Talent yako haiwezi potea. Itakuwa mbaya.
Baba Joyce, do you trust me?
Trust ni jina lenye uzito sana.
Let me take my leave.
What's up with Mama Felix?
Someone must really have annoyed her.
Back door. Look amazing.
Oh, that was weird.
Do you think they're stalking us?
Well, I hope not.
Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories.
Under the United Nations Convention on the Right of Persons with Disability 2011, we say that nothing about us without us.
Our aim for this day was to bring all the partners together as we do the work and to raise funds for the therapy center.
All clinics that take care of people living with sickle cell must understand how the treatment guidelines work.
When I was in primary,